All right, which felons you picking up on bail? Number 1, manslaughter. She could manslaughter my heart. Number 2, aggravated assault. And she look aggravated. Number 3, kidnapping. Who she kidnapped? Number 4, arson. Nah, she got the look in her eyes. I'm already traumatized all these fires. Number 5, drug trafficking. I ain't scared of a little fentanyl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Number 6, murder. Who she murdered? And what's the backstory?
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my dating and life experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Tonight's video, I took a pause on the different types of women, and you can still see those videos. There was the sweetheart. There was the toxic woman. And there was, what's the other one? Oh, the high maintenance woman. Now, there's pros and cons with all those women right there. Mostly cons with the negative ones. Tonight's video is going to be about the crazy girlfriend or the crazy wife. That's if she becomes your wife. And women will often wonder why a man would choose a woman that's a little off her rocker. And how does she get that way? Some of it could be her upbringing. Also, because she's real passionate and has a bad temper. Those are 2 bad combinations. She can lean toward the toxic. So crazy and toxic are close together. They're almost the same, except for when I think of women, and this is the thing that I discovered with some of my relationships. A woman may start off as a little crazy, and I understand that a lot of men will just throw that out there. But the reason why is because she'll overreact with things that she herself is doing or something that's small. It could be she says hi to men that she know, and then you say hi to a woman and she'll be like, who's that? I don't like her. I don't want you to be friends with her. That type of stuff there. This is a good example that I'm about to show right now, did by Content Machine. Enjoy.
You've decided to be a crazy girlfriend. Here's what you need to know. You'll now be amazing at shaboinking for some reason. This is the #1 way you'll keep your boyfriend trapped in a relationship. This is your boyfriend's location. You want to make sure he's sharing it 24/7. Remember, nothing is your fault, and all of your actions are completely justified. Feel free to shaboink a random man. Gaslighting is the ideal way to confuse your boyfriend and have him playing defense.
We went out last night. Every girl, you were flirting with them.
We were alone last night in the house. This will wear him out mentally. It's important to always have your man guessing your mood. You'll want to pick fights over the small things that don't matter.
Ew, is this spray? I wanted Starry.
Anytime there's women around, you'll perceive them as a threat. They don't even have to be real.
Do you think she's hot?
No, I mean, she's cute.
Oh my god, I knew you thought she was hotter than me.
Well, there's everything you need to know. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy being a crazy girlfriend.
The shaboinking. We cannot overlook that. I can definitely say that's true. That when a woman is acting crazy, even if she's being toxic, usually the shaboinking is off the chain. And I think one of the reasons why is because you're feeling a bunch of emotions. She treats you bad, or she does something that you don't like. Then at the right time, she does something that make you feel loved or adored. And then she caps it off with the shaboinking. And she will be the type to be like, it's all yours type of thing. And don't take that lightly. If she's saying that, that means she's going to be up your ass, like in the woman's photos, saying hi to a woman that, especially if she don't know, or either she'll create a reason of why she don't like a particular woman. I had two mutual friends of mine that were dating each other, and she was cool and he was a really nice guy. She made him not be friends with another girl that I knew, that as far as I know, she wasn't trying to encroach on their relationship, but for whatever reason, she did not like that girl. So she made him unfriend her off social media. Now those two are not together. I don't know if they friends now or not, but see that type of stuff right there. And I can't really say she exhibited all the behaviors that was in this video. And another thing, well, I definitely know if a woman is being toxic and demeaning you, and those are turnoffs to me, by the way. But this particular woman can sometimes get me, even if she turns toxic. If she is good to me in the beginning or good to me in spots. Because remember, I say I'm a tit for tat type of person. I'm working on that. So if she was to do something that I did not like, then I would do something. Then she would blow up. I would feel bad for doing that particular thing. I should have just left. We would make up. And then it would be happy days for a while. This is the thing about the ride or die woman. One of the negative things with the ride or die woman is, I believe, a lot of times she's either crazy or toxic or both. And remember, those two are cousins. Except for, I think, when a woman is toxic, she's totally selfish. She's manipulating you, using you, blah, blah, blah. I believe the crazy girlfriend turns into the toxic woman when she's almost done with you and she obviously has no respect for you, and that goes on. Now here's another good example.
Wait, so you don't want me to be your Valentine?
I don't want you to be my anything.
Well, you say that, but then you text me.
So, leave me on red.
But won't that make you mad if I leave you on red?
Yes!
So you want me to make you mad?
I want you to want to not make me mad. See? There you go. never fights for us.
Wait, so you want me to fight for you?
No! I want you to give up.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Years are now
Bruh.
Oh, ay. Instances that I had with some of my exes, did not follow that same script, but it was still that circus of emotion and arguing, sometimes about the smallest thing. I remember with my ex one time, we was arguing about the Jersey Shore. The Jersey Shore. Because I look at things fair. If the woman's fucking up, then I'm going to take the man's side. If the man's fucking up, I'm going to take the woman's side. If both of them are fucking up, I'm going to dissect where each one has went wrong. I may not take either side, but I want to see each point of view. That used to get me in trouble, but fuck that. I think how I think with a particular ex of mine with that show. I could not watch that show with her after a while. I mean, like, damn. Again, I don't know if she just wanted to argue, because sometimes it seems women are like that because maybe they're bored, they want some emotional filler or something. And a lot of times I would take the bait. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I would like a little verbal exchange. I just don't like when it would escalate. Okay? Because with a little verbal exchange and then we're mad and then we make up, that cycle there, the shaboinking. Okay, the shaboinking was good. And that's, for me, that's when I knew the marriage was dying, when all the benefits that she was doing for me started fading and the toxicity level was rising and rising. Disrespect rising. Once that stuff that made it almost worth it to be putting up with that bullshit was going away, and the shaboinking started being less and less. And of course, sometimes, like, look, I gotta admit, when I'm mad, I don't want to shaboink either. So I'm not going to count those times because I don't. Okay, it depends how mad I am. If I'm a little mad, then maybe I might want to really shaboink. Okay, but when I'm like mad, like I feel like she totally embarrassed me or totally hurt me, then no. I don't want to talk or see her. I just want to be away from her for a while. So I understand how those relationships can be a little intoxicating at the beginning, the front end, but later on it's just not healthy. But I don't think that a little sprinkle of it is always bad, because that way the woman doesn't get so easily bored, because it seems like a lot of women don't like when it's too peaceful, everything's going fine. I can't speak for every woman because I have not dated every woman, but all the women that I've attracted or been in relationships with, they usually seem to like some drama that goes on with it. And what ended up happening is when all that other stuff start fading, and then you have the milestones of being married or have kids. Married men with a house and stuff definitely know what I'm talking about. They're totally invested. You start feeling like this.
What I think is so wild, I found this. I just found this outside one day.
It was 4 years ago to this very day. I was out for my evening strolls as I do. Oh, I love those evening strolls. When out of nowhere the beast that is referred to as Sharon snatched me up and has held me prisoner in this incubation of a room every day since. I find myself meowing at the bedside window, for one day I shall be reunited with my family, my little Timmy, my wife Gabriella.
minus the family and kids. Some people might miss their friends. And I'm not saying that sometimes men don't make women feel like they're trapped. That's the one thing. I never want a woman to feel that way. So I have to do that juggling act of giving them room and space, but at the same time, don't let them think that they can run all over me and move in the relationship like they're single, because then I'll do it and two wrongs don't make a right, and then somebody's going to cheat. Or both people will cheat, but the other person don't know the other person cheated, and the person that finds out the person cheated is going to hold it over their head, even though they did the same thing. Okay, so I mean, for the love of G, can I just meet a woman that I'm attracted to, that has a good heart, that don't mind doing things for me, favors for me, and can move in the relationship accordingly without trying to take advantage or trying to live the single life while they are in a relationship or married. Okay, because a lot of women are doing that right now. And if y'all want to do that, fine. But I don't think the men should commit either, because then it's unfair. And that's the sad thing too. Relationships is just not looking good for people that been through stuff. You people that are still young or you haven't had too many bad experiences, hey, do you? Maybe you might be lucky enough to meet positive people because you have more of a positive outlook and you can find what you are looking for and be happy instead of being bitter for the women, man bashing, and for the men, women hating. Because once we get too many of those people, we're just not going to be getting together. Now, getting back to the crazy girlfriend. So, look, I would say avoid this woman. Yet, at the same time, if you meet her and she has some goodness to her, she could lean into the ride or die. Because, okay, this is the thing with the crazy girlfriend. I think that's the woman that's in between. She could go ride or die, or she could go toxic. But she's going to dip into all three. Well, she if she's crazy, she may go ride or die. I don't think if she's toxic, she'll ever be ride or die. Not for good reasons. That's not selfish. But I think the woman that's crazy, she's in between. And look, I'm not putting down women that are passionate or emotional, or they sometimes make a mountain out of a molehill or something. That's part of your personality. But every man should not be putting up with all of that emotional damage or baggage that you have. You need to tone that down a bit. That's a big reason why a lot of men will say you're too much because of that stuff right there. Those example videos that I picked to be funny, those are examples of women acting crazy, and sometimes it's not a real good reason for it, or even if it is, she's going overboard. A good example is a man is walking and then a guy accidentally steps on his shoe. Now, they're new white shoes. Of course, he's mad, like, hey. And the other guy did not say, excuse me. Or even if he does say, excuse me, the guy that got his shoes smudged, his new white shoes smudged, may get really aggressive and then want to fight. Now, that's overboard. That's going over and beyond. Now, to be a little pissed off that your white shoes got dirty, fine. For the guy to not say excuse me and keep walking, yes, I also C probably saying something like, hey, can't you say excuse me? Don't you have manners? That's fine. And of course, depending on how the guy reacts and then you react, then maybe I can kind of see if it escalates into a fight or something. But if the guy does say, oh, excuse me, I did not mean that, and you're still trying to go DEFCON 2 or 10, then that's not a good thing. And that's what women that's acting this way come off as. So for women, maybe tone that down. For men, probably avoid this type of woman, even though I know usually women that's like this are either medium attractive to very attractive. They are usually not going to be not attractive at all. And the saboinking is going to be very good. So you must resist that right there. So that's all I want to say. Have a good night. Give me a like and subscribe. And be careful of the crazy girlfriend.
Previously on Star Trek. Starfleet had to beam down to a mining planet because there was a rock monster on the loose. It already killed 50 people and nobody could stop it until Spock and Kirk showed up with some phasers. It ran off screaming like a bitch. It was injured and sexually frustrated. What? Spock found it and went to work. With his signature move, the Vulcan mind meld, Spock was making sweet love to that monster's mind. Jim, are you seeing this? Yeah! Ugh, that was incredible. Call me later. Spock, you nasty. I was just doing what had to be done, Captain. We made a deal. The miners showed up and Kirk made a speech. Good news, everybody. Spock made the monster nut, and it was so happy, it agreed to stop killing people. Okay, that was the last one.
Dollar bills, keep you falling from me. I love the way I feel, boss. Fight. Some money, dropping on my money. Drop some money on a sister, yummy, yeah. Tricking, right at things I like. More fight, stopping in my ass tonight. Some money, dropping on my money.